Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about warning signs from the universe you should not ignore. So in previous video we've been talking about synchronicities, and in between I've mentioned a bit those different signs we should not ignore, and today I want to go deeper. So what are the warning signs from the universe we could recognize in order to get ourselves back into flow? So, as we all know, the nature of nature is constant change, and sometimes the foundation we stand on must fall so they may be replaced with even stronger ones. And those are the times when we start receiving or experiencing different signs which are reminding us that we are in the middle of the change, or that we need to make certain important changes, or we should pay attention to something important within our lives. So the universe is always reminding us that breakthroughs require breakdowns. And the purpose of a breakdown is actually to transform yourself into a greater version of yourself. And sometimes when we are clinging too much to certain things in our lives, we may lose them just so we would learn a greater value of ourselves. So we would stop identifying ourselves so much with the things around us, but rather we would find our real worth. So we can expand our perception about life, and we can expand our awareness about who we actually are and what is our mission here, why we are here. So it's all about a soul evolution. It's all about a self-evolution. Actually learning more about who we truly are. So my friends, what are the warning signs from the universe we should not ignore? The first one is when we start experiencing those uneasy feelings in our stomach. Like, for example, you may feel a sense of sickness within you, or that internal tension within your stomach, which is giving you a vibe like there's something wrong, there's something you need to pay attention to in this present environment or whatever you're doing. So we should not ignore this sign, because it is reminding us, hey, pay attention to where you are, what is happening, and maybe this is not the right place to be right at this time. We should not mix it with fear, because fear will also tell us, hey, don't go there, don't do that, because it feels unpleasant, it feels unfamiliar. But the difference is that uneasy feeling within our stomach comes from intuition. Maybe from sensing the future events, or sensing the energy in the room, which is not really healthy for us, or it is just telling to us that we should do things differently, or we should go somewhere else, or this is not the place we should be. Whatever it is, it may be connected with relationships, it may be connected with certain goals you're reaching, it may be connected with a certain business deal, or whatever you're doing. If you experience an uneasy feeling within your stomach, pay attention to it and find out why you feel that way. So often you will find answers which will reaffirm what you should change, or why you shouldn't do what you wanted to do, or whatever it is. You will receive answers, so never ignore the uneasy feeling within your stomach. The second sign is when we start experiencing unexpected delays. Right? For example, you may get stuck in traffic, you may miss a plane or a train, or you may find out that all the tickets you wanted to buy are booked out, and you're still forcing how to get in, how to do that, how to, get there, or whatever it is, those are warning signs which we should not ignore, because, often it happens that we are meant to be at certain places, but we are forcing ourselves to be somewhere else. Deep inside, we know what we should do, or what we could do right now, but we are forcing ourselves to do something just because we set it into our mind that we want to do it. We want to go there. We don't want to miss that movie or that whatever, but actually we are craving nature, for example, or we are craving some quiet places, for example. So once we start listening more of this warning signs, we may recognize that our life is getting more into the flow state. It's nothing wrong with those delays that are happening, but often we start forcing ourselves to do something because it feels like so many events in our lives are starting to go wrong, and that's where we want to control the outcomes. And every time we start controlling the outcomes, we start controlling them out of fear, because we are afraid of what may happen if we don't control them. So often we find ourselves in that state where we just want to control everything around us, and that's where we fall into that fearful state, in the state of great tension, stress, and it's not a pleasant state. And that's where the universe starts reminding us, hey, take care of yourself. It's nothing wrong with reaching your goals. It's nothing wrong with getting where you want to be, but take care of your internal state, take care of your inner peace, take care of your inner harmony. Are you truly enjoying your life doing what you're doing? Are you truly in love with life doing what you're doing? Because the main focus could be on falling in love with what we are doing, and love can't be forced, right? Love can't be forced. So pay attention how much love you're experiencing while you're doing things, and how much you're forcing things, because you can't force something but at the same time be in love with doing that. So those are two different states, and that's what the universe is reminding you. Pay more attention to love. The third sign, a warning sign from the universe you should not ignore, is that you keep losing things. How often it happens to you that things which are important maybe to you, or feels like they are important to you, you keep losing them. Like either something is stolen from you, or you're misplacing things. It may feel like a shock, like what is happening to me? Why am I constantly losing things? And why it is a warning sign? It is a warning sign because your mind is on too many places. And when you start losing things or misplacing things, it means that we are not truly grounded. We are not fully present. And that's why even if a few minutes ago we put our keys somewhere, now we don't know where they are. So to fix that situation means that we need to ground ourselves. So the universe is reminding us, hey, ground yourself, take care of your mind. What is happening in your mind? Take care of your inner garden. You know that ancient quote I always say to you, do not chase the butterflies, take care of your inner garden and butterflies will come. That's where we learn to stop controlling things so much, but we take care of our internal state, and we get more into that flow state where things just start flowing to us, and synchronicities, serendipity starts happening. So if you keep losing things, take care of your inner state. of being. Take care of your mind. If your mind is all over the place, it means that you need some grounding. Go outside into the nature, meditate, breathe, do something which ground you. Walk in the nature. Long walks in nature will help you to deal with that. Sit by the river or by the ocean and just observe that beautiful movement of the water. And if you don't have time with that, if you're in the middle of certain important things, just breathe. Take like 5 minutes and just breathe and pay attention to breathing, and that's how you will ground yourself. So if you keep losing things, ground yourself, my friends. This is a warning sign from the universe. You should ground yourself. Another warning sign is that you're frequently getting into fights. Like, for example, certain arguments or disagreements keep popping up constantly while you're communicating with people. It may be a sign that you have within a lot of that emotional tension, a lot of that stored energy which you're ignoring, or you're putting it aside, like you're not taking care of your emotional body, of your energy body. So every time you get into conversations, those emotional wounds get triggered, and that's why you so easily fall into certain arguments, disagreements. You start projecting your beliefs onto others, and it is a warning sign. Take care of your energy body, take care of your emotions. It's all coming from within. So if we are ignoring different aspects of our lives, we may create imbalance within us. And once we create imbalance, it will start projecting outside of us, so it would remind us to put ourselves back in balance. So it doesn't mean that you should always be in perfect balance, but you should always seek a greater balance. So my friends, if you're getting into constant or frequent fights, like it just started happening, pay attention to your inner state, like what is happening within your body. Maybe you went through many hard moments recently and suddenly you're filled with that drama, filled with that stress, with that tension. Learn to deal with that. You know, we have many different practices which can help us to release that tension. Sports may help us because, you know, if we observe animals, what they are doing when they get into fights, they shake off their energy. So we need to learn to shake off our energy, but because our energy body, emotional body is much more complex, we need to take much more time with that. So doing a certain sport like working out, going into the gym, moving weights for 30 to 40 minutes will shift your energy because you will shake off what is not serving you anymore. And that's what will help you to release that tension. Meditation can also help you with that. For example, if we start looking ourselves as there are different streams of energy. Right now I'm in the stream of a stressful energy, and I would ask myself how joy feels like. There's a stream of joy, or there's a stream of blissfulness, how blissfulness feels like. And you start asking yourself how joy feels like, and you start projecting within your mind moments where you were joyful. That's where you will plug yourself to the joyful vibration, and your body will start filling up itself with that joyful energy. So there are many different practices to cleanse yourself from the energy which is not serving you anymore and plug yourself back to your natural state. To me, the most important one is to firstly to become aware how I feel, to go deeper into my emotions, because I always find out that when I feel unpleasant, I feel that way because I was ignoring myself. I was ignoring those feelings, I was ignoring those emotions, and when I pay more attention to myself at those moments, the energy will be released. Then I will journal to recognize what kind of thoughts or what kind of beliefs have triggered those emotions, what brought me to where I am, and what is still misunderstood to me in my life. What could I learn more about? What are maybe certain concepts or certain beliefs which are blocking my evolution, which I'm still not aware of? And I go deeper into myself to recognize what is actually holding me down, what is blocking me, what is triggering me, to recognize more of those unfamiliar parts of myself, unfamiliar aspects of myself. And often we may call it a shadow work, to recognize different triggers, to recognize our deepest maybe shame, guilt, fear, whatever we could call negative, so we can deal with that, so we can become more familiar with that. And that's what will help us to become more loving, firstly to ourselves and then to others, more kind to ourselves and then to others. That's where we start accepting more of ourselves, so we can start accepting the difference in the world, because everybody is unique, everybody is different. So we stop projecting so much our beliefs to others, but we rather open ourselves to the beliefs of others to see if we can learn something from each other, right? So if you're getting frequently into different fights, usually through conversations, pay attention to what is happening within you. It's a warning sign from the universe that you should pay attention to the stored energy which you're ignoring within yourself. So, my friends, this is it for today. We'll stop it here. And I hope it can reveal to you some things which maybe you're dealing with right now. Remember a truly, truly beautiful quote by Richard Bach, who said that what the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. Because, every time we experience something unexpectedly, maybe we could call it unexpectedly negative, we may think like our life is falling apart, the world is falling apart. But it is actually calling us to awareness of the center of ourselves, like what is within us we could change about ourselves to become more adaptable, to become more resilient, to become more awakened, to become more kind, to become more loving, whatever it is. So we would transform ourselves into a greater version of ourselves. So every time when any of that happens for you, pay attention to it. You will see how much your awareness will start changing, like how much you will become more aware of yourself and how you're responding towards the outside circumstances. So, my friends, this is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day, and till next time, one love.